Okay, so now we jump into recording your first episode. Ironically enough, your first episode is not even the podcast that we've been preparing thus far. Think about your first episode as a short introduction of yourself to somebody that you're meeting for the first time. So it's a teaser, it's a trailer. Think about any movie trailer that or TV show trailer. It's something that should be enticing and should be very brief and very short. Don't go over 2 minutes. And you have to add and make sure that you incorporate some very key specific things within your intro episode or your trailer episode. So you need to introduce yourself. You need to introduce what your podcast is about. You need to address your listeners and tell them why they should be listening to this podcast and the benefits that they're going to be getting out of it. You need to tell them about your release schedule. So what are the days they should be expecting this podcast to be going out? You should be telling them which all platforms they can expect to consume your particular podcast. And you should also tell potential listeners a little bit about where they can reach you. So whichever social channel is your preferred social channel, you need to give them the handle to that social channel so that they can reach you. The reason why this is so important, I would say, is multifold. The first thing is that instead of jumping straight in, it's a really easy and nice stepping stone for a creator that is a little afraid to record in front of a microphone or record their first podcast. So what this allows you to do is do it in a small way. You just already know all of this data. We've already discussed this in the previous chapters. We just have to put all of this together and you have to essentially publish this as your first episode. If you don't know what you should have as part of this episode, we've actually made it even easier for you. We've created a blog on your first intro episode, which is essentially a script. You can copy paste the script, completely. Just follow the script as it is, and it should guide you and make sure that you are creating your podcast in the easiest way possible. So you can find that in the resources section. A secondary good reason for why you should be doing this is because it automatically makes your podcast look professional. Very few podcasters are doing this. It's a growing trend, but still not as many podcasters have picked it up yet. So if you do this, your podcast will automatically look more professional than others. And then I would say the third thing is basically the shareability factor of this. So because it acts as the elevator pitch for your podcast, it's something that you can share with anybody and everybody, and nobody minds giving 2 minutes of their time to people. So once you share this across with people, automatically you'll tend to get a much larger number of people clicking through and listening to that entire episode and knowing what your show is about. So it's a really good way to introduce yourself and introduce your podcast to the world. So that's pretty much it. That's your first episode. Don't get overwhelmed with anything else. Like I said, we're taking this step by step. And when it comes to the editing of this, we've already discussed this. You already know where to record this in accordance to what options you've chosen before. And when it comes to editing this, if you're choosing to edit this episode within Audacity or outsourcing it or in the Hubhopper Studio editor, you already know what you're choosing. So you just have to edit this in the way that you've already chosen. Make the splits if you made particular mistakes that are very, very apparent. And basically merge, make sure you merge the track once you're, done making the little few edits that you need to make. And that's it. Concatenate the entire track, and there you have it. You have your first episode. So I'm super excited for you, and let's move on to the next step.